Today we have with us Ms. Tefelo Majoro, who's the Head of Investment Development at the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency. Tefelo, welcome and thank you for spending time with us here at the investSA Gauteng One Stop Shop.
Thank you for having me.
Tefelo, can you please share with us what you do at the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency?
Thank you. Okay, so I always say my job involves me being the face of Gauteng, promoting Gauteng as a preferred investment destination, showcasing the investment opportunities that are available to potential investors, and just basically saying to the world as Gauteng we are open to business.
So as a woman in this field, what inspired you to get into this or to pursue this career path?
I think in hindsight, the investment space is not so much limited to what we do here at Gauteng Growth and Development Agency. It basically starts with a whole lot of project preparation, making sure that projects are ready for investors. And as much as I hadn't set out to be in the trade and investment space, but in hindsight, I realized that the work that I've been doing prior to joining the GGDA was actually part of the value chain. So I've always been passionate about project evaluation, project appraisal, and making sure that the projects that we take to the world out there for investments are ready for investors. So I guess the whole process of project preparation and project appraisal has just been a smooth continuation into the work that I'm currently doing now.
And talk about this continuation. How has this journey been so far?
It has been amazing. To be honest, it's been interesting. You get exposed to quite a lot that is happening in the world of investment. You get exposed to quite a lot of interesting stakeholders. You meet quite interesting people in the work that we do. So it has been interesting. And I think for me, the greatest part about this job is when you realize that you've actually made an impact. You've attracted an investment and you've enabled the investor to actually set up in the province. So that for me becomes the ultimate goal.
So women have been, unprecedented in finance and in this type of career. So, and in this field, what steps would you say the women should take so that they could pursue this type of career?
I really think it's up to women to decide what is it that they want to do. Do they really want to get into finance? They should get into finance because they want to. It always boils to the question of why. As a woman, do you want to get into finance because it's fashionable? Or do you want to get into finance because it's something that you love? So for me, a woman has to have their why first before they get into the world of finance. And finance in itself, it's quite broad, and you need to identify specifically as a woman when you get into finance, which area of finance do you want to get into, but most importantly, why you want to get into it. But beyond that, I do believe that opportunities are there for women to take advantage of. Our previous Miss Universe once said to us, take up the space and own the space. And that's all that I really believe it requires for women to do. Make sure that they understand why they want to get into it. Then the why will sustain them. Because if there's no why you're getting into it, then there's nothing that will sustain you. You're in it because everybody says women should get into finance.
So let's get a little bit into the challenges, because all of us face challenges in the workplace. So in this role of yours, what challenges have you faced as a woman? Can you please share a little bit on that?
I particularly find, perhaps not so much about being a woman, but promoting a destination as a preferred investment destination is also tricky because you're dealing with investors who have perceptions, or you're dealing with the market that has perceptions about South Africa and Gauteng in general. But some of those perceptions, either real or not, you have to still convince investors to come and invest here. So that in itself makes the job tricky, because you're competing with some of the best destinations in the world where investors are dying to go and locate them. But beyond that, there's quite a few encounters that I've had in this role as a woman. Firstly, I still find that it's male-dominated, because when you talk investment, in the main, the stakeholders and the investors that you deal with, you find that they are men. There are very few women. That's the first one. Secondly, you are a woman and you have to interact with those men. And I've realized that in some cultures, they don't really take the voice of women seriously. And in such situations, I read the room, I understand what's happening, and I allow the situation to unfold naturally without having to say I'm a woman and I need to insert myself, but just to allow perhaps cultural differences to unfold naturally. But what I still find tricky or interesting is that in most of the conversations and in most of the meetings where I sit, it's still in the main male-dominated.
So what message would you have for young women out there that would like to pursue a career in this field of investments?
Anything is possible. Your dreams are valid. Go for what you want to do. And, Bonang Mateba once said, nobody owes you anything in this world, not even your parents. And that is true. As a woman, you have to decide what is it that you want, and you have to go for it. But most importantly, when you are given opportunities, make sure that you take advantage and you deliver. And maybe stealing some of the words of Barack Obama, be known to be that person who delivers when you are given an assignment. One of the things that we really need to work on as women and as young women in the corporate world is, once you get into it, don't become complacent. Don't become comfortable. Always remember your why. And whenever you're given opportunities, always take advantage of those and make sure that you deliver. The aspect of delivering will get you recognized. You don't have to make noise or anything. You just need to deliver. That in itself will get you recognition. And that's the message that I have for young women.
With those powerful words, thank you so much, Tefelo, for taking time with us and sharing your knowledge and your thoughts and your inspiration to young women out there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This was Tefelo Majoro, who is the Head of Investment Development at the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency.